We are back, and as the Browns get ready to play the Bengals tonight, my recap of that will probably be uploaded sometime tomorrow, as well an update on the entire AFC North, as the Browns and the Bengals still have to play in that week. But as the Browns get ready for that game, there are some rumors and speculation going on about Kareem Hunt and his availability status. It's been reported that the Browns are taking calls about Kareem Hunt, which is contrary to their stance this offseason when Kareem Hunt asked for an extension and they told him no, and then he subsequently asked for a trade and they also told him no then. Now the Browns at least seem reportedly to be willing to trade him again, although, I don't want to get too far into this. This isn't going to be too long of a rant or a freak out video about this because I don't like what's being reported right now. But again, nothing has actually happened yet. It's all been, rumor and innuendo, and I don't want to freak out too much about something that hasn't even happened yet. So reportedly, the Browns are looking for a 4th round pick or something of equal value for Kareem Hunt. And I guess, again, that's what happens when he is the backup running back. He's the 1B in the 1A, 1B punch. So you're not featuring him as much as you're featuring Nick Chubb. And, so that's going to lower his value. And also, trading him at the trade deadline as opposed to in the offseason is going to hurt his value as well because he only has 1 year left on his contract. And you're only going to get him for, those 8 or 9 games plus your playoff run. So other teams won't be willing to give up as much for a guy if they're only going to get half a season and a playoff run than they would be for an entire year or if they had more years on his contract. I said in the offseason, I think I mentioned it in my running back preview video, that if the Browns could fill a position of need with a trade of Kareem Hunt, then I believe that they could afford to do that. Their running back room would still be very, very good. I still think it would be one of the better rooms in the league. Obviously, Nick Chubb is going to make any running back room look good in the league. And also, you still have Ernest Johnson, who proved himself to be, he can take over games at time too. And Jerome Ford, he's been on IR, he's had limited action, but he's had flashes of brilliance with him and himself. Stump Mitchell, as the coach there, he seems to get the best out of every player that the Browns throw in front of him. He's one of the coaches on the coaching staff that I actually do have a lot of faith in as far as being able to get the most out of the talent thrown in front of him. I think Stump Mitchell has done a very good job, obviously with an already very talented running back room, and just elevating them to another level that maybe they wouldn't be able to reach with another coach. But a 4th round pick or something equivalent is very much not filling a position of need. This isn't going to be a trade that addresses the gaping hole at the defensive tackle position. This isn't going to get them a true, really solid, number 2 wide receiver to go along with Amari Cooper. No offense to Donovan Peoples-Jones. I think he can fill that role quite well. But besides those two, it's a rookie and just kind of everyone else at that point. I think they should be looking for at least one more, NFL proven, really solid option at wide receiver. And again, what the Browns are reportedly looking for in a trade for Kareem Hunt isn't going to get them anything that helps them now or really in the immediate future at all, because a 4th round pick, that's usually a project that you work on for a year or two. I know that there have been franchise-altering picks at every round. There have been undrafted free agents that go on to have fantastic careers, but those are very much the vast exceptions and not the rule. Usually, if you're getting down to the 4th round, those guys usually take a few years to even get to a place where you can realistically, consistently start them in the NFL if they ever make that at all. Kareem Hunt has been asked about these rumors, and he said he would have conflicted emotions on a trade. He said that something that has dissatisfied him is the lack of touches this season, and he feels underutilized. And he said that he wouldn't be as upset about that if the team was winning, but they're not winning, so he doesn't like that. A, they're not winning, and B, they're not winning, and he's not getting the ball very much, which I don't blame him. I still think Kareem Hunt is a very, very good running back. He's a great running back in this league. He could definitely be the automatic starter for the majority of NFL teams. I feel like the fact that he is just kind of placed in a running back room where he's behind a Nick Chubb kind of hinders his on-the-field production. But, him and Chubb seem to have a really good friendship and chemistry, and they both appreciate what each brings to the table as far as them in a running back room. And I feel like that's something that kind of isn't being talked about as much. I feel like the front office their handling of this situation from the offseason might be a little bit of a sign of disconnect between them and maybe some of the core players. I wonder how, a lot of these, the guys that they're building around feel about somebody like Kareem Hunt, who has sacrificed a lot of his production, how him going to the front office, asking for an extension and just being told no in a very flat manner, and then asking for a trade, and then also being told no in a very flat manner. The front office just straight up refusing to work with him. I wonder how that resonates with other players in the locker room. And then very shortly after his hold-in the offseason, we saw Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt start taking questions together, showing kind of solidarity there. And Nick Chubb has said that, if Kareem Hunt does get traded away, he wouldn't like it. He'd be, he'd miss he called him his best friend on and off the field. So that, maybe that would, I'm not saying Nick Chubb would all of a sudden just go, he would just go F this and just start demanding for trades or anything. But I think that is something to kind of keep in mind. Does the Browns' treatment of Kareem Hunt, will that have any impact on how the rest of this core group that they're trying to build their team on, how they view that front office? I feel like that's kind of be the case there. And I don't think what the Browns are asking for would be worth, trading Kareem Hunt away and going from, without Kareem Hunt, they're still a really good running back room. But with Kareem Hunt, they are legitimately, no doubt, they have two fantastic starting running back options to go to. And I feel like that's something that a 4th-round pick doesn't equate for, even if it is for half a season. And maybe the Browns are waiting to see how the results of this game go. I feel like if the Browns lose tonight to the Bengals, then they can pretty much kiss their season goodbye. It's very unlikely that the Browns would go on and win pretty much all of their games. They'd have to pretty much win out or only lose maybe one more if they did lose to the Bengals tonight. And maybe that, maybe they say, well, let's get something that something for Kareem Hunt while we can, where the season's done anyway, and so we might as well trade him. Maybe they go with that, but maybe they were just waiting for, and if they win against the Bengals, then maybe they say, well, we'll hang on to Kareem Hunt and see where this goes. But either way, I don't think a 4th-round pick is near enough for Kareem Hunt. I don't think he has the value in the trade market that he does to the team in the locker room because of the position that he plays as the 1B in the 1A, 1B punch that the Browns running back room is. And I just don't think a trade for Kareem Hunt would be worth it for the Browns at this point. So thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, please leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the video and like to see more like it. Let me know what you think about the Kareem Hunt situation down in the comments if you have something to say, and I'll see you at the next one.